We're gonna go outside. He ain't high maintenance. It's 52 degrees. You can't really see this. Beautiful. I cut my chin. Japan, he's got these kind of freestyle 2 lovebirds. All right, all right, all right.
Hana Hui A Maui.
Aloha, my Ohana. It is your boy back with another aquatic adventure. Now, if you're new to the channel, we talk about everything in the aquarium, hobby. I got another banging video for you guys today. Now, hold on. If you guys see like a little blood dripping on my chin, your boy just got done shaving and I cut my chin. So if you see blood leaking or a little blood on my chin, that's all it is, all right? I've been sitting around and I'm thinking, let's see here, what kind of content can I create? Can I go in the backyard and shoot some more content on my 8,500 gallon koi pond, Tiki Falls? Do you guys want to see some of my fish that I have inside my fish room, Tiki Lounge? And I decided, you know what? This is gonna be an Ohana Q&A. We're gonna go outside right now. It's kind of chilly. That's why I figured I'd shoot indoors. Now, some of you guys on the East Coast, maybe even the Midwest or another country may think we're spoiled here in California. And you're probably right, we are. I live in Northern California, so I live about maybe 30 miles away from Sacramento. And it's a whopping 46 degrees. At night, it gets as low as about 37 degrees. But I get a lot of questions about my 8,500 gallon koi pond, Tiki Falls. So for the time being, we're gonna head outside just for a second, touch base on some of the questions that I get asked, and then we're gonna come back inside. But let's head out into the freezing backyard.
We've been at the gas station all night. We've been at the gas station all night. They done had the bag waiting all night. Tell them that it's
All right, here it is, my beautiful 8,500 gallon koi pond, Tiki Falls, filled with some of the most beautiful Japanese koi fish imported from the motherland of Japan. Now, one of the most popular questions I get asked on my koi pond is if I do a water change. To be honest with you, I don't. I don't do a water change on 8,500 gallons. The water volume is so large and the number of koi fish that I have do not mess up the water quality. Thank goodness. I also have a really, I would say not good, but great filtration system, which is the Mountain Tree Natural Eco Pond Filtration System that sits on the very, very top over there. That container right there contains everything I need to filter my 8,500 gallon koi pond, Tiki Falls. Now, with that being said, I did drain the pond about 1,800 gallons. I needed to do some work on the shelf, this shallow area right in here. You can't really see the shelf right here, but that area where my taro plant is, that's in a pot. I actually had that growing inside the pond, but I had to pull it out. It was getting out of control. It was just growing everywhere. Same thing with another plant. I had an iris over there that I had to pull out. So I went ahead and pulled those out, put them in pots. That way it can't disrupt the substrate. Just a little words from the wise. If you're gonna plant a plant in your pond, make sure that you put it in a pot, because that'll just save you the hassle of rocks being moved and substrate with roots from a plant. I tell you, man, roots are strong and they will start to move things around in your pond. So I drained it about 1,800 gallons. It took about 4 to 5 hours to fill it back up. That was the only, I guess you can say, water change that I've ever done. I also add products to my pond so I don't have to worry about doing water changes on 8,500 gallons. I use the MICROBE-LIFT pond line. I use every single one of their products, whether it be weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, or even quarterly. I'm super consistent on using my MICROBE-LIFT products on my pond. As you can see, the pond is 4 feet deep. It's kind of a gloomy day and you can see straight down to the bottom. You can still see the koi fish, and that's because of MICROBE-LIFT, but also my filtration system. I do have a bottom drain on this pond and it sits over there by the skimmer, but straight down. And then I have jets that are pushing current that way towards the skimmer and towards the bottom drain, which helps keep this pond super clear. When we designed this pond, we kind of freestyled it, honestly, and we added these, like, you can see them right here, wave makers. There you go. I call them the jets, and they're shooting jets of water out of them and pushing it towards the bottom drain. So the pond is just like so on point and it looks so beautiful. 365 days out of the year. Also, like I said, my Mountain Tree Natural Pond Filtration System with the combination of MICROBE-LIFT is keeping this pond super healthy. And we're going on the 3-year, actually we're going over the 3-year mark right now. 0 casualties on my fish. Everybody is thriving, even in this cold weather here. Now, when I say cold, I'm gonna show you guys how spoiled we are in California, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and test the water here with this water laser temperature. Look, you can see the water. It's 52 degrees, which I'm gonna answer my next question that I get asked a lot. What do I use as a heater to heat 8,500 gallons of koi pond? Well, to answer that is nothing. I don't add a heater. Just so you guys know, koi fish and certain types of goldfish can weather cold water. Now, here in Northern California, obviously 51, 52 degrees isn't considered super cold. And the koi fish, as you can see, are super active in 50-degree water. But a lot of people don't know that koi fish can actually survive in freezing temperature water. I'm talking about ponds that freeze over completely. And you're probably wondering, how is that possible? Well, what koi fish do is they go into a hibernation state, almost like a bear, you know, where they'll just kind of just sit at the bottom. They're not gonna swim around and be this active. And also you'll need a de-icer. So a lot of ponds that will freeze over, like a thin layer of ice over the top, will have a de-icer that sits right on the top of the surface of the water. And it just basically forms a circle where the pond doesn't freeze over. So a lot of pond owners that live in freezing temperature weather will have a de-icer in their pond along with aeration, and the entire pond will be frozen except that circle area where the de-icer is. And it's kind of cool though. The fish will be underneath the ice, kind of slowly swimming, slower than this pace here. And they'll have aeration in here. Now, if the pond was to freeze completely over, solid, there's no oxygen in the water and the fish will die. Here in Northern California, we're pretty spoiled. The fish are fine. This is probably pretty cold for us, I would say. It gets down to 37 degrees at night. Like I said, the fish are just chill, almost a little lethargic. That's why I'm able to net them and do those koi species spotlights on them. 0 water changes, 0 heater. I do have great filtration and I do have great aeration. As you can see, my 2 aerators there. Now, although my 8,500 gallon koi pond is a channel favorite, I do keep aquarium fish. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 aquariums. We're gonna touch base on one aquarium in the fish room called Tiki Lounge. I got Tiki Falls, I got Tiki Lounge. And it's something that you guys wanted to know about, all right? So let me go ahead and head over to the fish room, Tiki Lounge, and we're gonna do a little update on 2 in particular fish, maybe 4. Let's go.
Praise to the Most High. Hey. Praise to the Most High. Send it praise to the Most High.
All right. We are in the fish room, AKA Tiki Lounge. Over my shoulder here are my 2 beautiful flower horns. I have a male F3 King Camphor flower horn. His name's Reggie. And then I have a female Fader flower horn. Her name is Moana. And then I'm gonna throw in a little update on my beautiful male Midas cichlid named Renovation and his beautiful bride-to-be, I would say, is Little Sensation, the Red Devil cichlid. So let me flip the camera around and show off these 4 beautiful fish. Let's go. All right, here they are. This is my beautiful male flower horn. His name is Reggie. He's a show quality King Camphor, F3 to be exact. I think I may be showing him off in the next flower horn competition that's gonna be at 916 Aquatic, so stay tuned for that. I'm actually grooming him and getting him ready by feeding him a high protein diet, which he loves. Raw shrimp, great value from Walmart. That's my boy, man. Yeah, he ain't high maintenance. But anyways, he's turning out to be a beauty. You can see his colors. He's got like a nice, beautiful teal blue tint to him. He's got these really, like, I don't know, invisible, you can kind of see them. It's translucent kind of stripes, nice long trailers. I just think he's gonna be a showstopper when it comes to the show. Now, speaking of showstopper, I have my beautiful female Fader flower horn. This is Moana. I've actually entered her in that competition. She was going up against males, which males pack more color than females. I just thought I'd do it for the experience, and you never know, right? Because she looks so different. This beautiful orange color with the white body. She's just a really unique looking female flowerhorn, even though she has that big bump on their head. Normally males have the big bump. In her case, that's what makes her so unique. She was competing with the males, even though she's a female. And yeah, pretty wild though, right? So this is a quick little update, I guess you can say, on my two flowerhorns. This is Reggie, this is Moana. And as you can see, they're hungry, they wanna eat. That's all they do is eat, eat, eat. But I love them to pieces. Now, I'm gonna take the camera here, we're gonna drop down below, and here is Renovation, my big Midas male cichlid. You can see him there. And Little Sensation, his girl. Yeah, I'm trying to breed these guys. No luck yet, guys. I figured this would be a great video to do an update on them. As you can see, two lovebirds. They're just loving each other, but not loving each other enough to breed. I have this rock here for her to maybe lay eggs on and for him to fertilize it. But like I said, they are getting along, no fights. You can see their fins are just intact, super pretty, beautiful fins. Even her especially. I get worried about her because he's so big. And yeah, he protects her. He doesn't like anybody getting close, which I absolutely love. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in some sinking pellets, some Massivore Delights. This is from Hikari. This is the food of choice that I usually feed them. Since I'm here and I got them on camera, why not give them a little feeding, right? Oh yeah. Yep, look at that. Light work on the pellets, huh? Light work on the pellets. Look at them. They don't fight, they share and share alike. Just like that. I don't know, I dropped maybe about 9 sinking pellets. So they scooped them all up. Look at him though, his mask. Beautiful. Beautiful male Midas cichlid. Look at him. And then you can obviously see her. She's got more of a pointy snout face, which is a red devil. He's got more of a flat face. But so pretty, man. I want him to have babies so bad. Quick little update. Little Sensation, renovation. All right, so now we're back in the house where it's nice, warm, and cozy. Now, I do have to answer another question, and it has to do with Tiki Lounge, my fish room. So in my fish room, I have 6 aquariums. And the question was, do the fumes from my exhaust affect the fish or the aquariums when I park my cars in the garage? I don't park my cars in the garage, so I completely shut it down. I kind of created a room or a space, right, to have my fish room, but also my workout room. So I have weights in there, a bench, we have a treadmill. So it's kind of a bonus room, I guess you can say we turned it into. Now, when it does get cold, it's insulated, but I also have a splitter, which is a heater and an air conditioner for the summertime. So it does get warm in there in the winter, and then during the summer when it's 100 degrees outside, the garage is cooled off with the air conditioning unit that I have installed in the garage. So I hope I answered all the questions that you guys had, and if you guys have more questions, feel free to leave them down in the comments and we'll create another video like this. I love this type of video where it's more intimate, more one-on-one, like I'm talking to you guys at home about my fish, about my aquariums, about my setups. And like I said, feel free to leave more comments and I'll create another video like this. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, my Ohana. Much love and aloha.
Hana Hui A Maui